Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Study Abroad vlog, London edition. Here I took a taxi from Lacoste to the Cavaillon train station, then the train from Cavaillon to the Marseille airport. I went through security and then found myself some dinner at a delicious poke restaurant. My two friends from back home in Indiana were meeting me in London for the weekend, so the first night I stayed with my friend Bri at her hotel, and then the last 2 nights I spent with my friend Abby at a nearby hostel. Upon arriving safely in London, I took the tube over to where Bri's hotel was and picked up some McDonald's on the way, which is so funny because I never do that at home, but I was so hungry. Look who's here! After our sweet reunion, we went upstairs, ate our McDonald's, and talked for the rest of the night. The next morning, Bri and I got some breakfast and then made our way to Kensington Park to meet Abby. We could not believe how big these swans were at the pond.
Why is it that large, bro? It's so big, so wide.
After a gorgeous walk in Kensington Park, Abby and I split off with Bri as she had some plans for the afternoon. So Abby and I did a little touring on our own and visited Wellington Arch, Buckingham Palace, and of course Big Ben. Next, Abby and I took a bus over to Borough Market for some delicious snacking and lunch. These chocolate-covered strawberries are a must-have and were so delicious, but be careful when you're eating them in case you spill chocolate on your shirt like I did here. Next, Abby grabbed a cider slushie, which I sampled but wasn't a huge fan of. However, I was a fan of these sandwiches until about a minute after taking a few bites I realized I was having an allergic reaction, so we went to the pharmacy to get some Benadryl, and I was feeling better in some time. There must have been either cashews or pistachios in the pesto that was on the sandwich, I assume. Next time I will definitely be more careful in asking about ingredients. But after that, we took a train down to Chinatown, then around some museums and monuments, saw some performances, and then met back up with Bri so that we could walk around together.
He'd be like, who are you? Look at that smile. She's beaming. Stop it. It's just... Now I love a London boy.
For context of that video, Bri was texting this guy who she had just met in the park when he came up to her and asked her for her number, so they were talking about possible plans to meet back up in London during our stay.
Apparently, this is the best bagel shop in the world.
Not in the world, but in London.
Oh, okay. Well, in London is my world, so. That's really good. Isn't it?
Our bagels tasted so delicious. After that, we went and did some shopping for some snacks before going back to Bri's hotel, getting ready and packing up my things so that I could check into the hostel Abby and I were staying at for the rest of our time in London. This hostel is named Wombat City Hostel and has great amenities such as personal lockers, personal fans on the beds, and these group hangout spaces.
I'm gonna cry. It's so pretty.
After checking into the hostel, we took the tube over to Tower Bridge.
Days all covered in sun, and I am glowing from inside. I really can't believe that's what you've done. 'Cause when it's good, just really good, then it should be too good. I know that there must be.
We then ate a delicious dinner outside this restaurant with a view of Tower Bridge. After dinner, we got on the tube and had to split ways with Bri because she was headed to her hotel and we were headed to our hostel but wanted to stop for ice cream first.
We took like 3 trains.
We're
the wrong way.
So lost.
Missed a stop.
So lost.
Then
Just for ice cream.
Just for ice cream. But we're getting it.
Any other European country you walk 5 feet, there's gelato. Not here. No.
We were so excited for Cold Stone when we saw it, and it most definitely lived up to the expectations. After that, we found our way back to Wombat City Hostel. The next morning, I got ready and called my insurance company to see if there were any hospitals around London that would comply with any providers with my insurance, and there were, so I walked around London by myself for a while trying to find a hospital because I had this rash on my body that I assume I got from hiking at some point, and it hadn't gone away after a few weeks, so I thought I'd get it checked out while I was in London. However, the lines and appointments were just too long and complicated, so I didn't end up going, and the rash went away by itself a week later, so it all worked worked out. I had a street hot dog for lunch, and then Bri and I met up for some froyo after her breakfast with a friend, and Abby was still asleep at this point. Sometimes when you come abroad, there are places that you have to pay to use the bathroom, like so. While we were walking around, we came across this street performer, so we stopped and watched, but Bri was not too impressed, as you can see. We finally got a text that Abby was awake and it was already mid-afternoon, so it's safe to say that jet lag got her good, but we met her at Camden Market and had the best time walking around.
What is it?
Chicken shawarma post 13-hour coma.
I loved all the various and unique food options, and all of them were so delicious, literally everything we tried.
Better than a take a risk, better than to laugh me off. I like pretending that the moment waits for me instead of knowing that it never does. Close my eyes, having a daydream here.
After Camden Market, we made our way to Primrose Hill and stopped at a store on the way to grab something to drink for each of us because we wanted to enjoy a refreshment together while we were up and relaxing. After laying in the grass on the hill and chatting for a while, we walked back down to catch the tube and got ready for dinner at Bri's hotel room.
So here is my tea bag. Here's my kettle. This was the lineup. We had to do the kettle on the floor. We're making some tea. Oh, it's hot. Wait, this is cute. See.
After getting ready, we walked down to this pub for one last delicious dinner in London together.
Is it good?
It's so good. It's so good. And you know what makes it better? I'm in London, baby.
We're here at the pub. Long story short, a couple days ago, we met this man in the park, accidentally gave him the wrong number, and then went back to the park the next day to see if she could find him. Found him. He just happened to be walking across the park at the same time, and now he's at the pub. He doesn't know we're here. We're sitting over there and we're watching, and she is beaming. This is such a movie moment. But he can't see us, but we can see her.
Guys, this is so surreal. We've been waiting for this to happen for what, 48 hours?
Yeah. I'll show you a little video of her.
She is like laughing.
Probably.
I'm reading her lips right now. I'm in the conversation, 100%. And the boys at the table next to her keep looking at me like I'm crazy. Because I think they think that I'm looking at them, but I'm fully stalking my friend right now on her date. Guys, he's touching her arm right now. I'm freaking out. Guys, look at this. Wait, I'm looking.
Wait, watch her button.
Dude, keep it low. Not that he can see me. Oh my gosh, these guys at the table next to her are watching her.
Bri ended up bringing him over to the table and introduced him to us, so we had a good conversation for a while. Then we said goodnight and our goodbyes to Bri as she was headed back to her hotel and us to our hostel, and we were all separating our different ways the next morning.
Abby was just trying to help me.
This is all these others. I'm just kidding. Literally, it's a pool. Like, I could go swimming in this right now.
After packing up, Abby and I walked to the tube and said goodbye.
Say goodbye to Abby, guys.
So we're going our separate ways.
I took the tube to the train station to catch a Eurostar ride to Paris for a Taylor Swift Eras Tour concert, which will be the next vlog. So if you want to see what this day looked like, feel free to check that out. Thank you for watching.